So this is the only match in this quarter yet to be completed. And just listen to the roar from the home fans as the home pair, the reigning world champions, Chen and Toi Wei. There they are. And first thing we need to do, Steen, is to wish a belated happy birthday to Chen Tangjia, who turned 28 yesterday. So this will be a 7th meeting between these two pairs, and if you're an Indonesian fan, this is a little ominous because they've never beaten their Malaysian opponents. 6 previous meetings, so 4 times it has gone to 3 games, including that group match at the World Tour Finals just a couple of weeks ago.
Servicing. Who's receiving? Your servant.
So the Malaysians won the toss of the coin, and I believe they chose ends.
That's correct, they chose the near end.
Well, when you think within the past 12 months the Malaysians actually split up for a little while and then got back together and won the world title. It's an extraordinary story, isn't it? There we are, 28 years of age and 1 day. A 180, that equates to about 5'11". They have been 1 place higher on the world ranking than their current ranking of 4. In fact, a total of 13 weeks across 5 different spells at number 13. Toi Wei is 25 years of age, and they were in 3 finals last year, winning 2 of them. Not only the World Championships, but also won the Australian Open as well. Jafar Hidayatullah. Oh, he's got a birthday coming up as well. He's going to turn 23 on Friday, so in 3 days' time. From Tangerang, west of Jakarta. Isn't that where we have the airport, Steen?
I think it is, but I'm not totally sure.
I think that's where the new airport is. Anyway, let's have a look at his partner, Felicia Pasaribu. He's just 20 years of age, and I know you and I have discussed, Steen, you think she's hugely talented, got a natural eye for the game.
That's true.
Well, they've also had success in the last 12 months. They won the Taipei Open, that was a 300 event, and lost to their opponents of today in the Australian Open final. It's quite extraordinary, isn't it? You know, first round matches. Here we are at the first World Tour event of the year. We've got a men's doubles match later on. Sadly not on our court. That is a repeat of the World Championship final and a repeat of the men's doubles final at the Malaysian Open last year. Here we are. We've got a repeat of the Australian Open final.
Oh, exactly. So many good matches
Absolutely.
in the early rounds here.
Yeah. Masses of Malaysian fans in, as one would expect as we're in Malaysia. Being very vocal in their support, it makes for a wonderful atmosphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, to Wei and Chen Malaysia. And on my left, Hidayatullah and Felicia Alberta Nathaniel Pasaribu, Indonesia. We will to serve to Hidayatullah, Lavo, Play.
So this first round mixed doubles, the world champions nearest to us, the number 4 seeds Chen and Tori Wei against Hidayatullah and Pasaribu. It's interesting, Steve. I think both of these pairs have been in tremendous form of late. You look at the world champions from Malaysia, and they've reached at least a quarter-final in their last 10 tournaments since the Indonesian Open. Last time they failed to reach a quarter-final was the Singapore Open the week before the Indonesian Open last year. Just long. Nice idea on the flick serve. And for the Indonesians, they've reached at least a quarter-final in their last 3 tournaments in Saarbrücken, the Australian Open, and the World Tour Finals. So they too have been in good form.
They have been in good form, and I think they are also sort of like getting better. They're a young pair. Obviously, they're getting more accustomed to the World Tour now. All the 6 meetings is from last year, so that was basically when Pasaribu and Hidayatullah made their entry into the World Tour events. And as you mentioned, very good consistency from Chen and To. I guess you could say that their World Championship title came as a little bit of a surprise. Very well deserved, but they've done well in terms of coping with that title and being the target for all their opponents ever since.
Well, there were semi-finalists last year at this event. Were the home pair, Chen and To. That got quite a bad deflection off the top of the tape from Pasaribu. It looks a nervous start, though, to me, from the world champions.
This is not a pair that is to be taken lightly. You have to be on the top of your game from the go. They've elected to start on the more difficult side, in my opinion, from a mixed doubles perspective.
You know, To had given up on that rally.
Yeah,
she thought her shot was going wide.
Direct lift. They don't want to challenge Pasaribu, apparently, in any way. So maybe she was a little bit not paying enough attention as far as the service launch. That's very unusual.
Push that long into the back line.
5-7.
Good defence. My word. Brilliant. What a rally.
6-7.
That's so well taken, that final shot from Chen. It's interesting, Steve, you said just a moment ago, you know, it was for the Indonesians, they've only really been playing on the World Tour for the past 12 months. It's not even that. I've checked that. And their ranking wasn't high enough a year ago to get into this event or the Indian Open.
So the first one was Indonesian Masters.
Yeah.
Play 7. Thank you.
Straight points. But that run comes to an end.
Service over. 8-all.
Anticipated that shot from Pasaribu.
8.
Now she moves, sensing that Toiwei would only have that option if she could get to the shot.
Oh, goodness. Totally mistimed.
Service over. 9-all.
Sideways drift there, left to right.
Good battle at the front of the court between the two female players.
Super reaction from Toiwei. And I think if the Indonesians are to have a chance of getting their first victory, then it's super important that Pasaribu wins that battle on the front of the court against Toiwei.
But it is the Malaysian world champions, Chen and Toiwei, who have the advantage at the mid-game interval. A 2-point advantage. But 8 of the last 10 points to the Malaysians.
Dengan kondisi kamu siap, ya?
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, attention please. try.
So 8 of the last 10 points in favour of the reigning world champions from Malaysia. And Tony Way. He's pushed it long.
12, 9.
There was wonderful covering there, Stephen, by Chen. Suddenly he was at the net.
He's so good at sort of backing up behind Toei Wei. Moves extremely well, which is one of the sort of conditions to be a top mixed doubles male player of today. You've got to cover the court well in terms of movement, and in my opinion the second condition that needs to be in place is that you have to be able to score your own points. One of those things that I can get in trouble.
Well played.
15, 9.
Well, from 3-7 adrift.
Yeah, 12 of the last 14 points, that's extraordinary.
Isn't it?
Oi, what a good deception.
16, 9.
It's not just that skill to play that neck shot across court. She was absolutely reading the neck shot.
Yeah, the last shot, that's the important one. Because Pasaribu was there and covering it, but she ended up winning that battle Toei Wei, and they're downright outclassing the Indonesians at the moment.
15 of the last 17 points now. That run comes to an end.
So it's over. 10.
I said in the opening that I felt that the near side here were the non-preferred side in the mixed doubles, and I basically still stick to that in general with the playing conditions that we've seen here. But perhaps for this particular match, it's actually nice for Chen and Cho to be able to play the backcourt with confidence and make the court big for the Indonesians.
Service over. 19-10.
Well, that's good.
Service over.
Hardly any backswing.
11.
Play that drive.
19.
Hidayatullah. Look at that.
Oh, she almost got it back.
12. 19.
Desperation block from Toei Wei. Eventually ended up in the net. Look at this. Maybe she should have left it. Maybe it would have gone long.
Service over. 20. Game point 12.
So 8 opportunities to close out this opening game for the world champions from Malaysia. Only needed the one. 21-12 in 15 minutes.
21-12.
Yeah, she was threatening anyway with her movement forward there, Toei Wei. What an impressive opening game by the world champions.
Kamu gerak gitu ada bulan tangkap ini, is okay. Jangan terlalu langsung. Jangan tak gerak satu. Terus ini kan situasi lapangan ini kan ada beda. Kalau memang saya ada dapat tangkap, ada buat salah, is okay. Ya, yang penting kamu bisa adjust, kamu bisa adjust itu apa? Itu timing saja lah. Ya, yang penting gerakannya itu jangan sampai hilang. Ya, kalau kamu gerak, kamu punya ini orang tak bisa baca. Kamu begini orang tak bisa baca. Kamu punya ini semua jadi. Kalau kamu diam, udah di bawah sini, orang di atas terus yang kena. Ya, oke?
Sini menangin, sini menangin ya. Tapi sana dia bisa out. Yes itu.
Nanti nggak apa-apa. Kalau asal pemain ya, jangan takut. Ini bertanding. Nggak ada kesulitan lawan. Nah, itu punya prinsip ya. Takuti kamu berdiri, jangan ragu ya. Karena tadi start bagus, kamu ragu mulai kan dia angkat bukan apa-apa. Dia angkat bukan tenang dulu. Mungkin dari sini kita coba lagi ya. Dari nol terima servis kamu ya, terima servis dulu ya. Tak turun. Satu dia kan mau pendek, kamu jagain ya, jagain jangan di depan. Kalau diangkat udah tinggal mencoba.
20 seconds.
Ya, oke ya. Sisakan ya. Kamu kerja bagus ini.
Coaches. Second game. Level. Play.
So the number 4 seeds, the reigning world champions from Malaysia, Chen and Toei Wei, 1 game to the good against Hidayatullah and Pasaribu of Indonesia. 21-12 that opening game. Oh my goodness, that's a good smash. Oh, you said in the opening game that he's a good mover. He's a very fast mover.
Yes. And that creates good working condition for his partner because he can focus on a smaller area. It doesn't have to cover as much as if you're playing with a partner who doesn't move that well. And it's not all about movement because Hidayatullah also moves quite well. It's also about having the shot quality and the awareness of where to play the shots in the mixed doubles. And that's where I feel that Noah Widianto, the coach of the Malaysian pair, the Indonesian-born coach, has really made an impact. So there's probably a little bit at stake in the coaching chairs as well. There's 2 brothers on each side there, so I think perhaps Rioni Meineke is going to take a little smoke from Rexy if the Malaysians continue the way they played the first game.
Left.
Yeah.
Service over.
It's extraordinary to think, Steve, thinking back 2 years, you and I had the delight of meeting Chen at breakfast during the Indian Open.
That's right.
And they were playing a huge number of tournaments because they were worried about were they going to qualify for the Olympic Games. And in such a short period of time, not only did they do well in the Olympic Games, because in the group they beat, who did they beat? It was Chen. It was That's right. And they reached the quarter-final, and here we are, within the last 6 months, they've become world champions.
Yeah.
And in such a short period of time, from not knowing if they were going to qualify for the Olympics. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Service over. 2,
I think this
3.
periodization is important. We questioned 2 years ago whether they played a little bit too many tournaments.
Yeah.
But perhaps that's what's giving them an edge now, where they've been able to sort of reduce the number of tournaments a little bit. Because you've got to play a lot to get experience and exposure and play different playing styles.
Yeah.
But you can't go on playing these 20, 25 tournaments year in, year out. In my opinion, that's very, very difficult. You've got to manage your schedule well.
Yeah, in 2023, they played 27 tournaments.
Yeah. That's an extreme amount.
Yeah, 19 in 2024 and 17 last year.
Yeah. But I think also in the Olympic qualification period, everything goes completely crazy.
Yes.
In both coaches and players and officials' heads and so on, and they're a little bit uncertain on how is the rules actually, and you really need to do your homework before that qualification period starts to figure out exactly what is the better plan. And I guess a lot of players Tokyo Games riding on their mind, where suddenly tournaments were cancelled and you weren't sure whether it's going to be a short period and stuff like that. So you have to play on from the beginning to secure a good starting position. If you don't secure a good starting position, then you have to play on to better it and so on.
Wow, look at that. I think we can safely say he anticipated that well. Look, he's already going forward. Yeah, get out of the way. Good decision.
But it's extraordinary to think that they then split.
Exactly.
5-3.
Good thing that somehow they got back together, whether it was themselves or the coaches or whoever said, hey, this is a bad decision. Sometimes you got to step in as an official or a coach and say, this is just wrong. We've got to solve this. Sometimes it's not possible, but then you've tried. But if it's possible, then you have a stronger combination mentally.
Again, such athletic play from Chen. What do you think the Indonesians should be trying to do? Obviously, the Malaysians are surfing on the top of a wave of success at the moment.
They are, and they haven't been able to get Pasaribu involved where she's strong. I think. Thank you for showing it. I think she's good in the battle for the attack if they're not too far behind. If she's made to move, she's not so strong. I've just thought about she's got some similar not skills but things to Wei Yashin playing with Zhang Jianpeng, that she's very, very strong at the net, but if she's not set up correctly there, then there's some gaps in the game. And I don't think Hidayatullah has been able to really play controlling shots to set Pasaribu up. A little bit lucky there. There's too much power in it, in my opinion. So try to get her involved more and secure the attack. Hidayatullah, when he's attacking, he's got a really, really good attacking game. Steep left-handed smash. Obviously, as he plays with the left hand, so it would be. But
I was going to let it ride. Still.
Yeah. There again, Chen was playing from above the tape level, toe a little bit on alert. They've got to try and put the shuttle a little bit below the top of the tape. Once in a while, play long line flat pushes to make the court big for Chen. That's a good one. Got himself into trouble on the second shot there, which was just a shot. There wasn't really anything dangerous about it. Here it is, that one. And that's also really well done by Chen, because there's other pairs that wouldn't have punished it like that. It's a little bit unlucky. It's interesting with Pasaribu and also Hidayatullah, they're having a fair amount of strapping on their bodies. And I was wondering whether it's a physicality problem with Pasaribu. She played her last international women's doubles match in 2019. That's when she was 14 years of age or so. Then there's the COVID, but since COVID she's only played the mixed doubles.
Yeah.
That could be because she's a huge talent, which she obviously is, but it could also be because she's physically struggling with playing women's doubles, so they quickly, early in her career, had to make the choice to let her play only mixed doubles in the Indonesian team. Lovely shot from Chen. That's sort of it doesn't set up toe because but it activates her. Look at that. Nice drop shot. No risk. Very difficult for the Indonesians to do something constructive with. Maintains the control of the rally. There's another one. That's beautiful. Lovely play.
Wow.
Oh, he missed it in the end.
Oh, that's extraordinary.
But that's one of the things where I feel that Malaysians have improved, and where I feel that Widianto has had huge impact on the Malaysian mixed doubles department. We saw earlier today Wu Pang-ron and Chen Shu-yin, thank you, beat Christiansen and Boye from Denmark. That sort of like calmness from the backcourt, the ability to be patient and maintain the attack, that has really helped the Malaysian mixed doubles department.
And the winner of this match, as I was saying earlier, that we're watching right now, plays against Wu Pang-ron.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
9-10. Play.
Well, on the back level. Yeah. 10-all.
Play.
Lovely defence, the way she turns that. It's gone long of the back line, and it is indeed the Malaysians who have the advantage at the mid-game interval. albeit just a 1-point advantage.
Depannya jangan turun, dia aja yang agak berubah. Ya, kamu depannya jangan ikut sini, kiri kanan terus rubah-rubah. Ya, kamu kadang-kadang tunggu aja, jangan di body kan. Dia kalau melewati jauh-jauh kamu aja.
Siapa?
Chen. Line.
So the narrowest of possible advantages after the mid-game interval. Just 1 point in it. I think they have won the open game.
Service over. 11-all.
Beautiful.
Service over. 12-11.
Excellent technical skills to play that service return away. There's so many players that has only straight replies if they're served into the forehand.
How did she get that back? Totally way. Extraordinary defence. Nice. Oh, that's lovely skill.
Service over.
She put that away. Her positioning within the rally. Her anticipation. The way she put that away with venom. Super skill.
Good play. There was a nice play by Hidayatullah where he blocked it into the middle of the court. Got it below the top of the tape immediately. Pasaribu got it, this one. Immediately Pasaribu got involved. I actually think if I were the Indonesians, I would flick a bit more to toe away, playing the near side here, where they should be able to flick without being too worried about it going long.
Broken strings. That didn't sound right to me. No, indeed it was broken strings.
We've seen it earlier that the timing is difficult because of the drift and because of the first round of action here in Axiata Arena.
Amazing skills.
Good
That's
deception.
lovely.
Service over.
Nice play by
60.
Pasaribu and Hidayatullah in that rally. That's a good shot.
Thank you. Fourteen, 16.
Oh, just missed it.
15, 16.
It's looking a little familiar to our last match.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Where we thought one player in our previous match looked to be in control, and then it all went to 3 games and ended up with a surprise result. Oh, that's a good drop though. Nice play from Chen.
17, 15.
Look where that drop shot's landing. Way in front of the front service line. They're applying pressure at exactly the right moment. 3-point advantage. And 3 points away from booking their place in the second round.
Service over. 16, 18.
Oh gosh, she was ready to pounce.
Service over. 19, 16. Service over. 17, 19.
That could be costly.
Service over.
Because it's now match point opportunities for the reigning world champions. Chen and Toby Wei. Safely through a tough opening round. Chen and Toby Wei, 2 straight games. 21-12, 21-17 in a match lasting just shy of 40 minutes. Job well done.
21-12, 21-17.
Well, that certainly pleased the home fans, and so it should. A long way to go yet, though. Just round one. Confirmation of that scoreline: 21-12, 21-17 in 40 minutes. And coming up next, we will have men's singles and more home interest. Former All-England champion and Olympic bronze medalist Li Shijia making a welcome return after a whole catalogue of injuries. He's up against Shetty from India. Welcome back to the Axiata Arena here in Kuala Lumpur. Our next match is men's singles, and Ayush Shetty from India against Malaysia's very own Li Shijia. This match from the top